evening. One September night in 2007, when most of you were trying to figure out how to use a sippy cup, I was watching a St. Louis Cardinals baseball game. Late in the game, Albert Pujols walked up to the plate and the crowd lost their minds. I thought to myself, I want to do that. Play baseball? No. Swagger up to a plate? Well, podium? While an excited crowd loses their minds? Yes. And it goes without saying that tonight, the graduation of these Davison Cardinals is far more important and exciting than anything the St. Louis Cardinals have ever done. Thank you, class of 2024, for selecting me to be your commencement speaker so that I could make this dream a reality. And thank you, Mr. Pigger, the administration team, and the school board for inviting me here tonight. I am beyond humbled and so honored to have the privilege of addressing you on this milestone evening. I'm not sure you realize this, but you made a lot of my dreams come true. In May 2021, COVID still gripped the world. I had left a traditional classroom a couple of years earlier and was teaching online. I told my husband that, quote, I might not ever go back to teaching in a classroom again. Besides, really the only place I would want to teach is Davison, and I'm guessing they won't have any openings. Guess who had an opening? Thus began the most magical year of my life, the year where I met the most curious, wide-eyed, mask-wearing group of 10th graders I had ever seen in 18 years of teaching. We were both fresh off COVID lockdowns, blended schedules, and loneliness, and we were ready to get back to normal. Your joy fed my work ethic. Your excitement fed my creativity. Your insatiability fed my soul. Once in a career, you meet a group of students who changes your life. You are mine. I know some of you are nervous about the next chapter, but you don't have to be ready for the world. The world better get ready for you. Thank you for being such an important part of my life and welcoming me into yours. I hope I can live up to your expectations tonight because you have continually exceeded mine. With your permission, I'd like to have one last science class together. I would be remiss if I didn't give life lessons through the lens of biology. For our adventure today, we'll have 2 short mini lessons, and maybe, since Mr. Pigger is here, this can even count as an official teacher observation so I can get some bonus points in my evaluation this year. I do love me some extra credit. For our first lesson, I want to take you on a journey back to kindergarten, which is probably the last time you did this activity. We're going to create a rainstorm here in the room. I don't know if this has ever been done with this many students before, but I'm excited. Here are the rules. When I am standing in front of you, copy what I'm doing with my hands. I'm then going to leave to go to other people in other sections, but you are going to keep doing the hand motion I showed you until I return to you and show you another one. Don't start a motion unless I'm in front of your section, and don't stop until I return and show you a new motion. Hold on, it's crazy hot up here. Here's the lesson. Stand tall through the storm. Rainstorms are dark. Sometimes they're scary. In fact, most animals take cover when it rains. They're nervous or agitated, but not a cheetah. In fact, the best time to see a cheetah running and hunting is during the rain. A gazelle, the cheetah's favorite meal, will turn its back on the storm, tuck its tail under its legs, and drop its head. The cheetah has figured out that storms provide opportunity. If they can see past the downpour and press on despite the lightning and the thunder, they're in prime position to take down the gazelle, whose back is still turned. They have learned to make the most out of every rainstorm. As you enter the world, it's time for you to be a cheetah. The storms are coming. They always do. In fact, sometimes you find that your life is in the midst of a complete rainy season. But if you change your mindset and look at the storms as a time for problem solving, a time of finding nourishment for your soul, and a time of grit and resilience, you will come out the other side of that storm stronger and more beautiful. And the wonderful thing about storms, they don't last forever. The sun will always come back. Don't fear the storm while it's here. Use it for growth. Before we move on to the second lesson, there's something I want to do. This is my bucket list. And yes, I actually keep it in a bucket. But so far tonight, we have completed 2 of the things on here, and I want to cross them off. My list is old school. Back in the 1900s, when I was in high school, we had this super cool paper that you see here. It's all joined together and would go through the printer like that. You could fire up your computer, open a program called Print Shop. Then while you waited for it to load, you could drive to Blockbuster and rent a movie. Then when you got back, your computer was ready to print really long banners and cool signs. Anyway, I like this paper because it's really good for writing really long lists. My bucket list is very long and is still a work in progress. So far, the 2 things I get to cross out tonight are have a crowd scream louder for me while I'm walking than they do for Albert Pujols when he's walking, and do the rainstorm activity with more than 100 people. Clearly, there's some really great stuff on here. Something I haven't been able to cross out yet is be a foster parent. Someday. But for now, my students definitely fill that need in my life. I'm so thankful that I have you. You allowed me into your lives as a teacher, a mentor, a counselor, and a friend. I can't put into words how proud I am of you and how much I will miss you. Countless nights over dinner, you were the subject of the stories that made my family laugh, or gasp, or ask really tough questions. So I might not get to technically cross off being a foster parent yet, but my heart says it's pretty close. Incidentally, did you know that science says that making lists reduces the stress on your brain? This is called the Zeigarnik effect. Making a list and writing down goals gives our brain focus, direction, and purpose. It also boosts self-esteem and lowers anxiety. I'm a big fan of anything that gives my life more purpose and lowers anxiety. Too many adults lose sight of their dreams. In fact, this is the perfect segue to our second lesson tonight. Raise your hand if you've ever met an adult who is still able to dream big. Or an adult who is driven with unparalleled joy or passion for life. Now raise your hand if you've ever wondered what their secret is and what you could do to have the same energy. I believe I have uncovered at least part of the answer. It's simple, and one of my favorite phrases. Stay curious. Ask questions about everything. Approach the world with toddler-like wonder. Treat the world as if there's always something new to learn. Some of my best stories are due to my insatiable curiosity and question asking. Like this example from one night several years ago, where I asked my husband several important questions. How hard do you think an electric fence dog collar shocks? Do you think we should test out the electric fence dog collar before we put it on the dog? The shock collar should be snug. My neck is too small. Do you think it would fit around my thigh? Are the shock levels adjustable? We should probably put it on the highest voltage to make sure it's safe for the dog no matter what, right? Did you know that this electric dog collar continues to shock you for the entire time you're past the fence line? Is it normal for my thigh to be twitching like this? Also, can we all agree that it's a blessing my neck was too small? But curiosity is for more than just backyard electrical experiments. Curiosity is embedded in our DNA. Our bodies are programmed to be curious, and they reward us when we exercise this curiosity. It is our body's way of encouraging us to find new sources of food, new ways of protecting ourselves, new solutions to times of crisis. In fact, I start every morning with curiosity by asking the same question. What can I do today to make sure every person I see feels listened to and loved? Seeking the answer to this question daily has brought so much meaning to my life. Figure out what you should be asking to bring more meaning to your life, too. Trust your curiosity and lean into it. It starts relationships, it heals relationships, it inspires you to avoid complacency, it pushes you to reflect on your actions, it encourages you to try new things, it leads to real and lasting change, it vanquishes boredom, it helps you look forward to all the adventures ahead. Thank you for including me in your accomplishments today. To be honest, I have trouble picturing my life without you. I have seen many of you every single school day for the last 3 years. I am so thankful for the lunches we ate together, the laughs we shared before and after school, the ridiculous out-of-pocket conversations we had, and all the memories we made. My life is better because you were a part of it. I can't wait to hear about the experiences that await you. As you make your way out into the world, remember to stand tall through the storms and always, always stay curious. I love you guys.